Hi, I'm making plantain tarts today, and I like to believe that this is the best plantain tart recipe you will be able to find online. I'm starting with 3 plantains. I'm just gonna cut them up and put them in a pot of water to boil. I'm going to cook them until they are soft and sloppy. How do you feel about the word sloppy? When they are soft and smushy, I'm going to drain majority of the water, leaving a quarter cup in the pot. Now it's time to season the plantains. I'm just going to add some sugar, butter, vanilla, and some freshly grated nutmeg. I'm just going to mix in all the spices. Traditionally they would add a plantain red, so I'm just adding a little food coloring until I get the desired shade of red. I'll taste for sweetness and put it aside to chill. Now it's time for the crust. I'm using a puff pastry recipe, so I'm going to add 400 grams of flour, 4 grams of salt, and 32 grams of sugar. I'm going to mix with a whisk, some whiskey business. Here I have 150 grams of frozen butter that I cut in small chunks. I'm going to mix and cut the butter in the flour until I get some small flakes. I'm going to add some ice water, very cold. I'm going to add a teaspoon by teaspoon until I get a firm ball. Now I'm going to roll it out in a rectangle-ish. So I'm sprinkling 50 grams of shredded frozen butter on 2/3 of the dough, and then I'm going to fold it in thirds like so. I'm going to repeat this process 2 more times without the butter and then wrap it up in some shrink wrap. I'm going to place it in the fridge for 20 to 30 minutes. I recommend you doing this a day before because that's what I did. Here I have a dough that I made the night before I filmed this video. So I'm going to roll the dough out for the last time. I'm using a 6-inch bent scraper to create some 6-inch squares, but I recommend you using 4 inches because mine were on the obese side. I'm using a hefty tablespoon on each square, brush it with some egg wash and fold it, creating triangles. I'm going to use a fork to trim the edges, then score the top of the plantain tart. So I'm going to put these in the freezer for 30 minutes. I'm doing this because I don't want the butter to melt until it reaches in the oven. It's the melting of the butter while it's baking that gives you a flaky crust. 30 minutes later, I'm just going to brush it up with some egg wash, sprinkle some sugar, and just throw this in the oven at 360 degrees Fahrenheit. Before I focus on this, I just want to say that the dough recipe that I gave you guys is good enough for a large plantain, but it wouldn't be good enough for like 3 plantains. With that being said, I am going to sprinkle some icing sugar on this just for presentation purpose. That's good. Yes, now it's time for the taste test. I am excited. So I'm going to try this one. See the cross section. Let's taste it. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. You're probably like, Onari, what you talking about? I don't know which one to like more. The crust or the filling. Both are good, and this is by far the best plantain tart I ever tasted. Open a plantain tart store right now. I'm sure business will be booming. But thanks for watching, guys. This episode was a success, and I'll see you again next week.